if a verdict comes back too quick, it's gonna fuck Diddy over. No, it's gonna fuck the prosecutors over. So it's gonna be good for Diddy. That means the jury has sat there and said, y'all been capping for too long for us to send this man to jail. Y'all been capping this entire, I believe the trial was, they say 6 weeks, but I feel like it was 7. 7 weeks? Y'all been capping this whole time. I'm good. So if a verdict comes back today, I'm expecting all acquittals across the board. Even though I have predicted that Diddy's going to get convicted of 2 of 5, there's no way to defend the fact that he was hiring sex workers. I think the 2 prostitution charge he'll get convicted of. The sex trafficking charge of Jane Doe, I think he's going to be acquitted of. The sex trafficking charge of Cassie Ventura, I think that's going to be a close one, but I think he can get acquitted on that. I think definitely, I won't say definitely because I never say definite with a RICO, but I think the RICO, it's a real stretch. It's a real stretch. You know, jury instructions today is going to matter because they have to explain to the jury or all the jurors, what does it take to actually get a conviction for a RICO charge? Remember, in a RICO, you need a few things. It has to be a conspiracy. What is a conspiracy? A conspiracy means there's a agreement that's known among the co-conspirators to commit a crime. Okay? Now, the prosecutors out of SDNY has muddied that. They'd be like, it's still a RICO, even if people were doing things unknowing that they were helping a crime being committed. It's a very, see, this is where the judge comes in because everybody's going to lean to their way. Like, the Diddy's team is like, no, this is domestic violence. The other team's like, nah, this is full on RICO. The judge has to instruct the jury on what the fuck these charges mean. So a RICO, from what I've done some research, it feels like they need to know that a crime was being committed. They need to know. Okay. Now, here's the thing, and this is the out for the government. They're not saying they're cool to say that the assistants weren't co-conspirators. So any co-conspirator has to be knowledgeable of the crime. They're cool to say that the assistants weren't co-conspirators or the escorts. They're down to say, you know what they're saying? KK, D-Rock, and essentially the security team are the co-conspirators. None that have shown up in this case. This is why it's problematic. Y'all are claiming this is a RICO, but you didn't charge none of the co-conspirators as we know now. They might be under seal. We don't know. So they got to explain that. And then they got to explain all these predicate acts, right? You know, again, in a RICO, you need 2 of them to convict someone for racketeering under the RICO Act, which is Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act, which means you need, and we also did find some information which I verified, so the prosecutors are right. You actually don't need two different things. It can be 2 of the same things. If you kidnap someone twice, yeah, it's still kidnapping, but it's 2 instances. So, for example, they accused Diddy of kidnapping people like 2 or 3 times, right? They accused him of kidnapping Capricorn Clark, driving to Kid Cudi's house, accused him of kidnapping Mia, bringing her to a warehouse to be interrogated, accused him of kidnapping Cassie, bringing her to London hotel that she could recover from her injuries. Those are 3 instances. So if they believe that 2 of those is true, beyond a reasonable doubt, and they vote, yeah, those 2 things are true, that is RICO, right? Now, again, that's the predicate offenses side, right? You got to remember, they got to have an enterprise. It has to be a ongoing thing. Has it been consistent? Is there a pattern? These things, I believe the judge will explain. Or it's going to be in a pamphlet, but I think they'll explain it. Okay. So let's get a little bit okay. So we're going to get into what's going on in court immediately, or shortly, actually. Give me a second. I do want to say this. Number one, first and foremost. Oh, you want a little tidbit? I'll give you a little. It's a teaser, but not really. Wait, what the fuck is this? Where's my chat? Where's the chat? I just opened it up. Is it this? No. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Bet. Go here. Go here. Go here. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull up the chat. But I do have like 2 announcements to make, and then we'll hop right into it. Not announcements. It's not even announcements. Just kind of updates, I guess. Announcement seems too formal. Okay, great. I do have the Academy. Of the Academy. Yes. Okay, give me 1 second. By the way, did y'all see 50 Cent? Yo, 50 is bothered by this, man. I love Fifth, but he is. Like you could like let me tell you this. What 50 wants to say is that some of the details of this case attacks you as a man at your very foundation. Okay, we're gonna get to it though. All right, cool. All right, we're on here now. Y'all gonna have to bear with me today. Just remember, I'm laying out today. We're on verdict watch. Okay, so being on verdict watch today, we're gonna get the judge who's gonna address everyone, and then we're gonna get into the deliberation period. There's not a counter, a timer, or anything on that. It's either, obviously, I know the jury's going to go to like 5 today. So I'm going to stay on to try to make content during that time. Some of this stuff might get repetitive. So I've tried to do a few things to make sure it doesn't get too repetitive. And I'll say this. Today, we have for the first time, Lauren Conlon. Me and her, we're going to meet in person. We've never met. We're going to meet in person today. So me and her will sit, talk about the case.
All right. Welcome to Slide TV, where everything is possible. I go by the name of Icy Greater Dawn, Louis Vuitton is a blue. If you're just sliding in right now, I've been on for an hour. We is on everything streaming, and I just bring it in on X and YouTube. But we've been on for about an hour and 45 minutes. I got a clip right now. I gotta go make a run. Thank everybody that tuned in. YouTube, my bad. I'll get you. It's all the clips gonna be all up in there and all that. Hey, before I go out though, since we're live, I gotta put my brother on. What's this? There we go. It's a new one, Casanova Ray, y'all.
She wanna argue, he wanna argue. She wanna argue, he wanna argue. Let's argue, yeah. Let's argue, yeah. Let's argue, yeah. Let's argue, yeah. She wanna argue, he wanna argue. She wanna argue, he wanna argue. Let's argue, yeah. Let's argue, yeah. Let's argue, yeah. Let's argue, yeah. When it comes to these topics, I don't feel no affection. I tell her to put it in that comment section. I'm speaking my mind, I'm out of control, my mind is the weapon. She tell me I'm wrong, I tell her I'm right, my team is flexing. She look for attention, cause she feel a connection. She shaking that ass, she know that we winning, my team is stepping. Shut out the fam, shut out the V, shut out the Yachty. We gon' sit this down, then we gon' party. She wanna argue, he wanna argue. She wanna argue, he wanna argue. Let's argue, yeah. Let's argue, yeah. Let's argue, yeah. Let's argue, yeah. She wanna argue, he wanna argue. Shake it, shaking that ass, shaking that ass, shaking